Ever noticed how every smartphone basically looks the same now? Take a look at these two phones side by side. On the left is the iPhone 16, and on the right is the Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge. Both of them have the same rounded corners, same muted colour options. Hell, they even have the same camera positions on the back. The only real difference between them are their bezels, and that's pretty much it. Today, every smartphone has turned into the same predictable rectangle, but not this one. This has a transparent back that shows the circuit board, LED lights that pulse with notifications, a design that makes you stop and ask, "What the hell is even that?" Meet Nothing, one of the fastest growing brands in the whole smartphone industry. In just 4 years, they've gone from zero to over $1.3 billion in valuation today.
They've chosen as their differentiating feature, with Nothing, its design.
But what if I told you that the secret behind their explosive growth wasn't because of their design, but because they used a strategy so unprofessional that every other smartphone brands are too scared of? In this video, we're going to break down exactly what Nothing figured out, and why this might be the only strategy that could actually take down Apple's dominance. And it all starts with one person, Nothing's CEO, Carl Pei, who did these three genius things that most tech CEOs would never do.
Hey, what is up, guys? This is CKBHD.
Let's be honest, most smartphone company CEOs are invisible. You rarely see them on their own channels and almost never hear from them directly. It's their PR team, who does all the talking for them. But Carl, he's the exact opposite of this.
I said cringe, 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 and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna call it Nothing.
Do you have an ASBO?
What's ASBO? Doing Nothing has been sucking.
See, Carl Pei isn't your typical tech CEO. While other CEOs are giving polished keynotes in corporate suits, Carl's posting memes on Twitter in a hoodie.
We started this company because we were really bored by how the tech industry was. Products were becoming more and more similar, and we wanted to do something different.
That's why he shows up on camera constantly. He even reacts to tech reviewers like MKBHD, Mr. Who's the Boss, while they review his phone and responds in real time. If they're right, he admits it, and if they're wrong, he explains why. In fact, this mother even reviews his competitor phones on YouTube. Think about that for a second. Imagine Tim Cook posting a review saying Samsung S24 is mid on YouTube. That's the level of unfiltered shit Carl operates at.
iPhone 16 Pro. As you well know, this cost about $1,099 USD.
I've been carrying it with me every single day. Not as my primary, but as a secondary.
He even made a video called Why the Nothing Phone 3 took so long, where he explained the actual reasons like supply chain delays, design problems, and the trade-offs that they had to make.
So speaking about price, what do you think it's taken to build something like this?
Okay, so the build of materials is about $360. We sell it at about $400, $450 USD. So our profit margin is, zero.
Most companies would never share this. Carl puts it on YouTube. And here's why this matters. When the founder shows up like this, unfiltered, honest, human, the brand stops feeling like a faceless corporation. People don't trust faceless corporations. They trust people. Carl isn't selling you a phone, he's inviting you behind the scenes of building one. Traditional brands hide the founder, push the product, and hope people buy. Nothing shows the founder, documents the messy process, and builds trust first. Sales follow. But to be honest, showing up is pretty easy when everything's going well. The real question is, how do you still show up when you screw up? You remember Nothing took 2 long years to launch a new phone after the Phone 2, right? And it took them so long because they were designing this.
This is the Nothing Phone 3. And yeah, it's ugly.
What's even worse is, I heard we had the Phone 3 design locked 3 years ago.
I've actually been a big fan of Nothing's whole transparent aesthetic, but this is the first one that hasn't.
Imagine my disappointment when I found out that their first true flagship is not quite a flagship.
Carl knew that him and the team,
We fucked up.
but instead of remaining silent and hiding behind his PR team like other tech CEOs, Carl did something that most CEOs would never do.
I think whenever you do something different, some people are going to love it, some people are not going to like it. So Marques is perfectly allowed to have his opinion. As a startup, we don't have to be for everybody, but I definitely believe that for our users, we have one of the best software builds. It's going to be a lot better in the future.
And the crazy part, people actually respected his honesty. Because in a world where companies lie about everything, whether it's battery life, privacy, or whether they're listening to your conversations, radical honesty stands out. When you show the bad with the good, people believe you more. more. But Carl didn't just stop there, he took this one step further by inviting the community into the process. They built Playground, a community app store for Nothing OS. Here, users build their own apps and skins for the phone, and even other users could download them. Their community isn't just using their product, they're actively building it. And to be honest, it might be one of the most revolutionary things a smartphone brand has ever done. Users submit design concepts for their operating system, and Carl and the team react to them on camera. The reason we call this one of the most revolutionary moves in the smartphone industry is because for the first time ever, users are able to see their input directly influence the product.
Each person gets their own personal OS. We wanted to create the Playground as a place where everybody could upload and share their creativity. This is the new era that we believe in.
In fact, Nothing even launched Phone 3A, Community Edition, where users help them design a special edition. See what's happening here? While most brands treat customers as their buyers, Nothing treats them as co-creators, because they knew that when your community builds with you, they don't just buy your product, they defend it, they feel ownership. And they spread the brand name more because now it's their brand too.
But overall, with all of this together, I think it's safe to say I've never seen a phone that looks quite like this before.
Now, I know what you're thinking, but what about their design? Didn't that play a part? And of course, it obviously did. But here's the thing most people miss. That design wasn't just cool for the sake of being cool. See, Carl engineered it to reinforce everything we just talked about. Remember that transparent back I showed you at the start? That wasn't just a design choice. In an industry where most phones look identical, Nothing made something completely different. Why? Because Carl knew that a product isn't just there to work, it's there to market itself. See, when someone sees a Nothing phone, they immediately ask, what is that? And that's exactly what Carl wants. He didn't just make the product transparent, he made an entire UI different from anything else on the market. The custom Nothing OS that looks nothing like Android or iOS. Each product they release gets weirder and weirder because Carl knows that as long as people are talking, whether that's positive or negative, the product is doing its job, as every detail was designed to grab attention and turn the product into a visual spectacle that markets itself.
So I think simply like what we're doing resonates with a lot of people. It's been kind of boring. We want to make things fun again, and people are bored out there. So they started to follow us on this journey. So from that perspective, I don't think there's a lot of competition.
Most people think that Carl got lucky with a cool design or that he cracked some algorithm. But the truth is, all he did was just show up every single day. Doesn't matter if people loved him or hated him. He refused to hide behind a marketing team and instead put his face and reputation on it. And all of it generated trust, and that trust ended up making him over $1.3 billion in less than 5 years. Carl Pei didn't just build a phone company, he built a media company that happens to sell phones, where most brands chased better products. Nothing chased better trust. And if you're a founder who wants to build a brand like this, click the link below, and we'll show you how to grow without spending on ads. Until then, click here to watch this video. YouTube thinks you'll like it.